And this is Run a Profitable Gym. I'm your host, Mike Warkentin. I'm here with Ryan Webb. Today we're talking AI to help gym owners get stuff done faster. They couldn't help us with this podcast, but this podcast will help you with your business. Now, Ryan runs a Grove Academy in California, and he uses AI at his gym. We're going to dig into that hot topic to help you run a better gym and maximize your time. So, Ryan, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I am pumped about this. AI is a great big topic, and anything we do to help gym owners is going to help. So, talk to me first of all. What AI platforms do you use most? How many hours do you think you save each week by using them?
Primarily ChatGPT, and in conjunction with that, I use Wispr Flow a lot. For me, it's lots of hours because I'm horrible at writing and editing, and they kind of do it for me.
Okay.
And I can just ask it what I need it to do, and it'll do it.
Okay, so you're using ChatGPT and Wispr Flow. Let's dig into exactly how you use these platforms. Like, let's talk about your workflow and what AI does for you. What do you do?
I mean, I use them both I use Wispr Flow for any time I'm going to put text into a text box
Okay.
because I'm a creative and an entrepreneur. I could care less about spelling and grammar and punctuation and all that stuff.
Right.
And I tend to repeat myself or have filler words like ums and that, and other voice dictation stuff picks up on all of my bad speaking habits. But Whisper Flow clears it all out, and then whether that's direct to a blog or as dictations to ChatGPT to then build it out further or to build SOPs with. I don't do anything anymore that I'm typing with my thumbs. I
No,
use Whisper Flow
wow.
for everything.
So I haven't used this app. So what you'll do then is and Jonathan Goodman talked about this at Summit. Is that where you first heard about it?
Yeah, that's where I first heard about it.
Okay.
Yep.
So how does it work exactly? You just use it and you'll talk into it. And instead of just transcribing every pause and other things, it'll transcribe what you're doing, but also improve it. Is that what happens?
Yeah, it improves it. It makes punctuation perfect. If you've said the same thing multiple times in different ways, it sort of picks what it thinks is the best one and cleans it up so you don't have the same thing repeated a bunch of times. Makes punctuation perfect and kind of understands what you're trying to say and
Ah,
says it in your voice the more that it becomes familiar with how I talk.
okay. So if you keep using this thing and chatting into it, it's going to start to pick up on sort of the way you form thoughts and your processes and manner of speaking, and it's going to actually use
Yep.
that when it edits.
Yep. And it's just an app that operates in the background that it's just a button on any place where I have a keyboard. There's a button that I can just start and it'll just start recording.
Let's say you had an idea for a blog, and let's say it was like the 80-20 nutrition rule or something like that. And you just started you hit that button and start talking. You could speak your thoughts into this blog and it'll reorder them and make them into a cohesive subject.
Yeah, and readable by other people. Yeah.
That is fascinating. How much editing after the fact do you have to do? Like when it comes out, is it like A plus or what level does
It's
it?
perfect. As far as I'm concerned, it's perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the cost for it per month?
Zero.
Is it really?
I mean, if it was anything, it was negligible that I didn't even think twice about just downloading the app.
Wow. Okay. So this is a cool one. So do you use this for other things like say messaging clients, composing emails? Like you said, the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I use it. I use it for everything,
Wow.
except for like if the text message to someone is shorter than 4 words and it's someone that I can be like, I don't have to spell you. I can just use the letter U.
Yeah.
Like I use it for everything other than like text messages to my significant other,
Wow.
basically.
So how do I know this is the real Ryan? I need you to hold up a newspaper with today's date so I know it's you and not a bot.
Exactly.
Right?
Right. If my face wasn't frozen, then it would help a whole lot.
That's cool though. That's incredible that that can be used. So talk to me about how you integrate that with Chat GPT. What's the system there? Can you just, when you're in Chat GPT, hit the button for Whisper Flow and rattle away?
Yes, exactly.
Really?
It's just a keyboard button anywhere you would see a place to type text. You can just record your voice through Whisper Flow.
Okay. So talk to me about what's a recent Chat GPT thing that you use this for? Can you give me an example?
Recently, this is we're having to submit restraining orders for people. And so
Okay.
it's not the funnest thing to, but it's
Yeah.
definitely the most recent thing. Um,
Okay.
Using it to clean up the verbiage of all the things, and then putting that into ChatGPT so that it can further make me sound smarter than I actually am. Uh,
So that's interesting. So I'm a very
so,
like
so
oh, go ahead, pardon me.
yeah, so everything. I mean, before the week before that, it was okay. We need to build out SOPs. We just promoted an employee to like a regional manager role. So okay,
Mhm.
so what does regional manager do? So we build out all the SOPs and all the roles and all the things, and I was able just to speak that into ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT suggested some things and organized it in a way that I was just able to send it to people.
Wow. So this has got to be, I mean, if you're not into this stuff, that's got to be like a monster time saving and a stress saving for you. And it probably results in greater clarity. Am I right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it cleans up my language, and then ChatGPT formats everything in a way that people can understand with bullet points and making it look pretty, and helps me think of things that I didn't think of in the first place. And so ChatGPT kind of the same way. It learns me, and the more I use it, the more it understands kind of the nuanced things that I don't say it, so I don't have to say it every single time to it. It understands what I'm trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish, so it can help put in me missing pieces that I wouldn't have thought of myself.
Okay, so let me ask you this because I'm going to see if I can give a shortcut to gym owners for something that's like essential but kind of a pain in the ass, and that would be creating a staff playbook. And back in the day, I know people have like literally locked themselves in a hotel room for a weekend and turned off all phones and communication, not told anyone where they are, and written a staff playbook to govern every aspect of their business. And they did it in painstaking detail. This is an essential foundational task in a business. Like your business pyramid rests on systems and procedures. And if you don't document these, you can never offload jobs, you can never formalize your business, and you can never go on to higher value tasks. But this
Yeah.
process kind of sucks. So could you just sit there and talk into Wispr Flow, the ideas that you want to do, and would it produce something reasonable that you could use?
Yes.
Ooh,
100%.
wow. So gym owners, if you're out there and your mentor, or if you don't have a mentor, and you has said like you need rules and procedures for things, and you don't want to do it simply because you don't feel like typing it out, you don't want to write it, you don't want to do the bullet points, you hate Microsoft Word or whatever your reason is, give this a try. Use this app. Ryan, is it super easy to use? Like, is it kind of very intuitive and simple?
Super easy. Yep.
Yeah, so that's the best part about that. If you're looking for a shortcut hack to get through something that's essential for your business, I'd highly recommend you check this out. Give me another place where you might use it. Is there something else? Like, could it even do like could it compose ads for you?
Yes.
Wow.
Compelling copy for anything.
So blogs, obviously, social media posts, just literally
Just,
anything you want to
yeah,
say.
anything you want to say. I'm a better communicator on videos or through just me speaking
Hmm.
to stuff. So it's able to translate that into written copy in a way that's better than I would ever be able to do it. And
Ooh,
so
okay.
in the business, in every aspect of business, when there's anything copy,
Yeah.
it does a better job. And
Okay.
then outside of that, if I'm trying to be creative, it helps with all of those things too. And it's like my little personal assistant that is
Yeah.
can perfectly uh, transcribe everything that's in my head.
I've got a few ideas. I'm going to ask you if these are possible. And if you don't know and haven't tried this, no sweat, but I'm just curious about this. Could you, for example, let's say you had to do a presentation to a group of local business owners. Could you just rattle off a first draft into Wispr Flow and have it crank out what you actually should sound like and then rehearse that script?
Yes,
Okay, that's cool.
and it will clean it up and make it legible. So it won't necessarily make you. So if you did your first draft
Yep.
and then took that into ChatGPT and said, okay, this is what I want to say, and I'm saying it to this audience,
Hmm.
then ChatGPT would spit out the script specific to the audience that you're speaking to.
Okay.
Um, that's how I would do that.
Okay. Does it
Yes.
have the ability? Could you pump in a recording and have it
Yes.
analyze that, like transcribe that, and then put that into ChatGPT?
right into Wispr Flow. I don't know if you could put it into Wispr Flow, and I've never tried that.
Mm-hmm. I imagine what you probably could do is you could play a recording and maybe with one source and record with the other one right
You could
into.
absolutely do that.
So
Yeah.
we would do that. And what I'm curious about is, say, something like this. If you were doing a staff review or a coaching review and you wanted to, like, say, review a whiteboard brief that a coach gives, if you recorded what that coach said and then played it into Wispr Flow, might it format it better and make it more clear?
Yes.
Okay, so that's fascinating. You could then probably put that into ChatGPT, ask it to make it even cleaner and more concise, because you said it eliminates, or Wispr Flow at least eliminates redundancy. So you could really clean this thing up and then present that to the coach and say, this is what you said. This is how I'd like you to say it. Would that work?
Yep, you could do that for sure.
Ah, that's interesting. How about this one? Could you rehearse? And I would be very poor with this because I had trouble with these interactions. Let's say you had to tell a staff member a negative thing in a staff review. Could you rehearse that line, have Wispr Flow clean up your stumbling and bumbling, which I would definitely do, and then pump that into ChatGPT as well to have that kick out what would be a more ideal approach to reprimanding a staff member?
Yep.
That would work too. I can think of about 1,000 places where this could help in just about every aspect of business. And you said it's for the low price of $0, more or less. Okay.
Yeah.
So listeners, check this out. We'll put a link in the show notes here. This is something that Ryan uses regularly. ChatGPT, that was pretty ubiquitous at this point. I think everybody's using some version of that. Let me move on and ask you not just the specifics of those platforms, Ryan, but talk about AI syncing up with Two Brain business principles and the best practices for running a gym. How are you finding that matches up with the things that your mentor's telling you to do?
Well, it allows me to get more done in a shorter period of time, so I can get the focused, high level stuff done in a meaningful way, and it's not eating up so much of my actual time. We can get the high level blog posts done. We can, in my golden hour, we get a whole lot more done because I'm not having to type out all the things. The few examples, like trying to be more professional in all of the interactions and to make things as clear as they can be, it's beneficial if I have it get cleaned up by AI before I say things to people that is confusing or, yeah.
I'm going to circle back to the golden hour that you just mentioned, but before, you just gave me another idea. I imagine that if you were trying to rehearse sales scripts or objection handling or closing a sale, and you're one of those people that tends to, like I do, repeat things and kind of dance around the issue, Wispr Flow might help you get to the point.
Yep. And to your point, I think you could have it record yourself role playing something, and then it would clean it up enough. It just cleaning it up, what you already say naturally, would help. And then you could put that into ChatGPT and say, how could I do this better? And then here's what I normally say. How could I say it better? And it would clean that whole thing up.
And you could probably even tack on onto that. Could you, how, like exactly what you said, plus use the sales principles reflect or laid out in this particular blog or from this expert or from, general sales principles on the internet, and phrase this exactly appropriately to help me close more sales and help more people. I imagine that would probably produce something amazing.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
Okay, so there's another one for you guys. If you're struggling with sales, you might want to try Wispr Flow and ChatGPT, a little bit of role playing and rehearsal and so forth. And even getting your speech, like not being redundant and speaking very clearly and directly in a sales meeting, that's going to help you a lot. So the ROI, and again, the $0 spend of, or even if it's $10 or whatever, the ROI on that, if you close 5 more sales in a month is monster. So that's just an aside as to what you might use it for. Golden hour. So golden hour is Chris Cooper's concept. I've got the book here. You're going to use 60 minutes. Usually it's the first 60 minutes of your day, focused, rigidly structured, 1 hour to grow your business. You're going to do that before you do anything else. So no matter what happens the rest of the day, bombs go off and like you're out of toilet paper and everything's just blowing up around you, you still know that you have pushed your business forward measurably by doing one thing in the first hour of your day. Chris has it laid out in that book. I would encourage you to pick that one up on Amazon. So if you're trying to get a lot done in an hour, obviously Wispr Flow or anything that is going to speed things up for you is going to help you maximize that hour. Do you find that your golden hours got supercharged when you started using this, Ryan?
Yes. specifically the ones that are where I'm having to write down stuff, where I'm spending the time writing things or responding to things. It's just it's way faster.
Yeah, and I'll give you an example, and you can tell me if this is something you've done or not. Chris talks about one of the things in the golden hour is do your big projects. That's the D in golden. Do your big projects, and one of those big projects might be create or improve a 90-day client journey. So you would sit there and you talk on your phone and just say, okay, step one, the lead sees my ad. Step two, the lead comes to my website and books an appointment, and you go from there all the way to 90 days of being a client. That
Yep.
could all be laid out just by speaking into your phone, and you'd have that right in front of you as opposed to have to like type with, you ever Cheers, the old show where I think Sam Malone was typing with the end of a badminton racket? Like that's a bit of a different vibe, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. It just speeds all of that up.
So if you are, and again, this someone like Chris Cooper, this might not help essentially in the sense that like he types and reads and works in that medium. But if you're a person who doesn't enjoy typing or putting words on paper and so forth, speaking, if you're a talker, this can be a big help, and it's a really cool way to combine. I love the idea that you've got of using Wispr Flow and ChatGPT together. And again, the thing that I'm hammering away at here is that you're using AI and you can use it to speed up the get stuff done period of your day, which is that golden hour. You could also use it to get that lower level of the business pyramid in place, which is systems and procedures, which everyone kind of hates, right? Like we don't like building these, tedious processes and staff playbooks and roles and responsibilities. But if you don't do it, your business is a house on fire. If you do it, you can offload everything and scale up and have much more time. You could replicate that business 17 times down the road if you wanted to in other gyms. You could apply the same principles in another field if you wanted to open a pizza shop or whatever it would be. So this thing can really help you get through the essential stuff, the business virtuosity that maybe isn't super fun, but needs to get done. Let me ask you this as we close this up. Do you have plans to scale up your AI usage? And, what do you wish that it could do for you in the future?
I don't know that there's much more scaling up that I could do.
Yeah. So you're
Because I use it
maxed.
for everything already.
Yeah.
I haven't come across a thing that I wished it could do.
Mm-hmm.
It can do anything you ask it to. Sometimes an image that it generates is not the best image, but it's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing. I don't find myself wanting. I think it's more powerful than what I'm even using it for. So
Yeah. And that's probably the point then is like, maybe there isn't more that's needed. It's like we need to use the horsepower that's there a little bit better. And like the example is software, gym management software. Most gym owners don't know how to use all the features that are available. Often they'll say this doesn't work, but when I ask the gym management software company, they're like, it totally does that, So there's that kind of idea. We're probably just grazing the surface of what the AI stuff can do in a gym. Would you agree with that?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And Chris Cooper this week in the blogs on twobrainbusiness.com has a ton of great resources talking about different things, AI things that he loves to use or he uses at his gym or he knows that people use, Two Brain gym owners use in their gyms. He's got a list, so we'll put a link to that article in the show notes as well so you guys can check those out. But in this show, the highlights would be Wispr Flow and ChatGPT linked together especially if you like to talk more than you like to write. Ryan, I really want to thank you for sharing your workflow on here and some tips on this. I think it's going to help people save time.
Absolutely. Anytime.
All right. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for listening, listeners. This is Run a Profitable Gym. I'm your host, Mike Warkentin. That was Ryan Webb, who's using AI to get more done faster and build his business. Please subscribe for more episodes.